Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and damn, Leona is looking lovely with all these brand new monster fairings on this baby. God almighty. Woo-wee! Damn girl, she is looking lovely. I'm so happy to have my underbelly fairings finally on this thing. Before, my exhaust was completely exposed and it just didn't look that great, and now it just looks like a complete bike. It looks so beautiful. I have a few other things I want to do to the bike, some little paint jobs, replace some carbon fiber parts, but man, God, she looks so good. That red is so beautiful. I get so many compliments on this baby, man. Woo-wee! Damn, I love this thing. God dang, Leona, man. Woo, 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 woo. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, today we're going to talk about commuting on a sport bike. What's it like to go to work and I ride 30 minutes one way to my job every day? What is it like to ride a sport bike? Because a lot of people have some misconceptions about, what it is like to ride a sport. People are like, oh, it's so uncomfortable, it's difficult for me to ride. And that's true. Definitely for a lot of people out there, that's absolutely true. But I can tell you guys that if you know how to ride and you're in somewhat fit shape, you can easily ride a good ways without feeling no pain, no problems. Because a lot of people, what they do is they're going to feel wrist pain, or they're going to feel like maybe some kind of hip pain or back pain especially. But I can tell you guys that I can ride my bike for long periods of time and I never feel nothing. In fact, the only thing I ever feel is when my inner thighs are against the seat. That's where it actually hurts on me, because when I ride, I actually squeeze my legs against the tank. That way I can relieve the pressure on my arms. So let me show you what I'm talking about, guys, because this is going to help you be able to ride your sport bike a lot further without feeling no pain. So the thing is, guys, whenever you ride these babies, what you want to do is you want to have your legs here, and you want your legs to be squeezing the tank, not super tight. You don't have to put all your pressure, but just enough to where a lot of people, when they ride, they're pushing down on their handlebars. Don't push down on your handlebars, guys. Don't do that. All right? The more pressure you put on your steering, the more unstable the bike actually is when you're turning the bike. Don't do that, okay? The bike knows what to do if you just let it do what it needs to do. So the objective for you is to relieve your wrists, right? You don't want your arms straight. You want to relieve them and release that pressure. So the way you do that is by squeezing your legs together, squeeze both legs together, and use your core and actually hold yourself up. So instead of this, you'll actually be like this, right? Instead of this, squeezing your hands and all, your hands will barely even grip the handlebars, and you can actually release your arms a little bit and relax them. That's what you want. You want your arms to be fully relaxed. Like when you're riding, you should be able to easily flop your hands around like so, or flap your arms around like so, and you won't have any problems as long as you're squeezing your legs against the sides of your tank and using your core. So let's go for a little spin, guys. All right, let's talk about commuting, all right, because it really is awesome on a sport bike, but again, it's going to depend on who you are. So let's go, and let's talk about it. All right. Let's make sure nobody's coming. Oh, somebody is coming. All right, let's go. All right, so now watch what I do, guys, okay? All right, I'm going to squeeze my legs, and I'm going to relax my arms, okay? Let's go ahead and get all the way up in them gears. And right now, guys, my arms, if you look at them, right, I can sit there and flop them around like nothing. Right? Because I'm using my core and I'm squeezing my legs just a little bit. You don't have to squeeze your legs super tight, like I said earlier. Just squeeze them enough to where you can relieve the pressure off your arms, right? You don't want to be sitting there squeezing your hands as tight as possible, holding your wrists as tight as possible like so. No. You want to be relaxed. And if you're relaxed, my friends, you will have no wrist pains. It will go away. Your back will feel a lot better, especially if you have a strong core, right? And I am somebody that does exercise on a regular basis, and that does help me a lot. It absolutely does, guys. But I am telling you that if you do these things, it will make your ride so much better on a sport bike. Because these babies, because of their aggressive sitting stance, and some sport bikes have a more aggressive sitting stance than others, it's going to be, a lot of people that don't know how to ride these things, they're going to have a lot of wrist pain. They're going to feel it big time. You'll hear a lot of people say, oh man, my wrist hurts so bad from riding my sport bike. And it's like, yeah, because you're not using your core and you're not squeezing your legs in that tank. You're not releasing the pressure off of your arms. This is really, really important when you ride. You know, if you ever go on a track, they're going to tell you to be like that. They're going to tell you to relax your arms big time, guys. You need to, right? You don't want to be pushing down on that handlebar, right? You want to be just, you know, relaxed, where whenever you just hit the steering wheel a little bit, you know, right or left, it easily reacts to what you're doing. Like right now for me, and it is no problem. The bike can just guide itself, right? Bikes will automatically do what they need to do as long as you let them do it. That's the thing. That's what people don't understand. Bikes actually are set up, they're geometrically set up to where they will stay in a straight line usually, unless you have some kind of stem column problem or something. They'll stay straight, they'll line up, they'll straighten up automatically a lot of times for you, right? So all you do is just squeeze those legs, use your core, and relax your arms a little bit, and you'd be amazed at how much better riding one of these sport bikes actually feels, right? A lot of people I talk to when they first get on these things, that's what they do. They just sit there, they sit up straight, because they think if they sit up straight, it's going to make their back feel better. And it will for a certain amount of time, but the problem is you're going to put a lot of pressure on your wrist. See, that's the problem, right? It's not a good thing to do that. So you have to relax, you know, your arms, okay? Like so. Relax your arms, okay? And squeeze those legs, and you'll be amazed at how much better riding one of these sport bikes is. It's so much nicer. You're going to enjoy it so much more. Not to mention that whenever you're riding your bike and you're going around corners and doing things like that, the bike is going to feel way more responsive. It's going to feel way better whenever you're doing that. So I'll actually kind of show you guys that. Well, it's more really one of those things where you really need to ride to really feel the difference between holding yourself straight up and actually kind of leaning down a little bit and squeezing the tank and using your core. There's a big difference between doing it that way and just sitting on the bike and just trying to lean the damn thing, right? You don't want to do that, all right? So let me kind of come out here and I'll just kind of show you where we can go here. You know, I think we got a little spot we can go a little bit faster and show just how ridiculous or how responsive the bike really is whenever you are relaxed. Whenever you're not, you know, going crazy and squeezing the crap out of your grips. You don't need to do that, guys. Hell, my hands are completely relaxed when I'm riding. They're relaxed as hell. I'm not like getting all crazy with it. Here we go. Now turn. You gotta be careful when you go over railroad tracks. Some things are a little slick. Okay. We'll go over here. Let's see what we can do. We got a couple vehicles in front of us, but I don't see any lights on my radar detector, so hopefully there's no popo. I do see a dog up there, though. Hey, little one. What's up? Aww, the little doggy. Aww, the little doggy up there. Oh, it's so cute, man. So cute. So let's take a look here if I can get past this guy. All right, let's go. Let's go. Watch this. You just push the right and it just leans for you. Easy peasy. Alright? Okay. Alright, we're squeezing the tank. We need to slow down a little bit here. It's kind of hard to show you guys like the way that I'm doing it. But like right now, I got the tank squeezed, my arms are relaxed, and I can push my handlebar to the right and it'll just lean like nothing, okay? I mean, to slow down. We're getting a little too close to this guy. I don't want to ride his butt because nothing upsets me more than when people tailgate the crap out of you. That's super annoying. So I want to back off a little bit and give this guy space, right? We give him a little space. It's not cool to ride people's ass, especially on a motorcycle. That is just stupid. They could hit their brakes, something could pull out in front of them, and, well, it's going to be a bad day for the motorcycle rider, a hugely bad day. So it's best to kind of keep your distance, stay back, especially if you can't pass them. You know, you got blind spots up front or so on, right? So let's see here. Now go around. All right, let's go. push the handlebar for the ride a little bit. Okay? Look how fast I'm going, guys, alright? You see? Very, very easy, okay? Let go and boom, right? And I just let go at 100 miles an hour and no problem, right? When you have a good machine, you can do that. That's what I mean by a bike will do what it needs to do if you just let it. You have to have faith in your machine, okay? You have to have faith in this thing. Come up here. Now this is just a big old straight stretch, you know, I could go flying down this, but the truth is, guys, there's a lot of cops, and even though this not detector might not light up, it doesn't mean there ain't no cops out here. A lot of times what they do is they don't turn their lasers on, and yeah, you'll get caught sometimes, so we gotta be a little careful. I don't want to get too crazy out here. I'm not out to get a ticket. I really just want to tell you guys or show you guys that whenever you ride a bike correctly, you're not going to feel pain. You're not going to feel pain if you ride these things correctly. All right, so like we're coming up to this turn, I got my legs squeezed, I got my arms relaxed, and I'm just pushing on the right side of my handlebar, just pushing it to the right and just slowly cruising around. Now I know we're not going very fast, but you'll have such smooth turns whenever you ride like that. And because you're not going to have any pressure on your wrist or anything like that, it makes it so much more comfortable. So like right now, you know, we're going to make a left turn. I got my legs squeezed, I'm relaxed, my hands it's really loose, and I just barely push on it, right? And we're just slowly cruising around like nothing, right? I know, you know, since we're not going very fast, it doesn't look impressive, but the idea isn't to look impressive, guys. The idea is to teach you to ride correctly. To ride these sport bikes correctly. On a Harley or on a cruiser, it's a different world, right? You still would want to ride those the same way, but you don't really need to because you sit back in those things. On these bikes, you're actually sitting in an aggressive stance, your weight's pushed much more forward, so you have a tendency to put pressure on your wrist, and you don't want to do that. That is very, very uncomfortable, and again, will cause your front to be unstable. When you're making a turn and you're putting all that pressure on them handlebars, it will make it unstable. You don't want to do that. You want to be relaxed when you're going around them turns. Just relax, like so, right? My hands are completely, look at my hands, guys. Look at my hand, right? Look at that. It's completely relaxed, right? I'm not like pushing a lot of pressure on them or anything like that. And I can ride like this for a long, long periods of time because, well, for one, I do it all the time. And a rider that knows how to ride a sport bike, that's how they're going to ride. They're always going to be squeezing their legs a little bit. They're always going to be using their core, and they're always going to be making sure that they don't have no pressure throughout their arms or on their wrists. They're going to make sure that they're relaxed, so that way their bike is much more responsive. It'll turn much better than what it normally does. It'll lean better. Everything will feel better. It'll feel so much smoother than what it normally does, and you just won't have that pain. So, I mean, you know, you guys, if you're, you know, riding a sport bike and you're feeling wrist pain, that's why, because you're putting all your weight on your wrist. You're literally sitting there pushing all the way down like this on your handlebars, and you don't want to do that. You actually just want to be nice and relaxed. You know, your arms should be just flapping around. No problem, guys. Like when I was on that track a good month ago, when I was on that track and I was watching these guys that taught MotoGP riders, for Christ's sake, this is the advice they were giving me. This is what they were telling me. Like, you know, they were literally going around corners and flying around corners and literally just, you know, showing me how relaxed their arms were, you know, when they were just riding around these sharp corners. It was honestly insane to see. But when you see it, you know it's a fact and you know it's the truth. Right? You know, in this video, it's hard for me to really show you guys because I just have this one camera on my helmet and I'm just kind of looking down, and I know it isn't really spotty, like it's hard to see exactly what I'm doing, but hopefully my point will come across in this video that you really need to squeeze your legs a little bit on that tank. You need to relax your arms a little bit, lean forward a little bit, use your core, and you really will be surprised at how much better you can ride. You know, if you have back problems, then, you know, I don't know really what to say to people that have bad back problems. I honestly don't have a very good back myself, my friends. It's not really the greatest either, but I never feel back pain the way that I ride. I never do. I never feel wrist pain, I never feel back pain, nothing. I can ride for a long time, and I'm perfectly fine because of what I've showed you guys today. It helps so much, and it was also going to help, you know, taking corners better, riding better, your bike's more responsive, everything's just much better. So guys, hopefully this video will help you all out there somewhere, and I do hope you did enjoy it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody. Take care. Woo-wee. Damn, girl. Damn friggin' bug splatter crap. Woo-wee.